Hello, welcome back to another episode. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below. There's a way to characterize Wayne Jenkins and the Gun Trace Task Force as a rogue unit that used their independence from the Baltimore Police Department's everyday rigors to dodge accountability and steal money from citizens and the government through an overtime scheme. We Own This City doesn't want to share that tale because it would put the GTTF in the bad apple category, with Jenkins as the ringleader of a unit consisting of egregiously corrupt or corruptible cops. This would fully absolve the BPD of responsibility. We Own This City's second hour makes it abundantly evident, sometimes overly so, that the GTTF is only a byproduct inside the ranks of an institution that encourages corruption and lawlessness. That's why the show's framework is so crucial. We need to learn more about the crimes and the investigation, as well as the Department of Justice's efforts to report on the core causes. Part 2 focuses on the component of municipal policing that is essentially a numbers game, which was also a big theme in The Wire, where dead bodies were treated like some awful bureaucratic form of hot potato. For the beat cop, police work isn't about apprehending criminals who can later be prosecuted in court, it's about clearing the corners of urban hotspots, much like janitors do for the wealthy. There must be fewer individuals around to shoot or be shot in order to keep the murder rate low, and therefore transform the city's mayor into the future governor of Maryland. Sometimes it takes a little ingenuity to come up with charges for those who have been arrested, and nearly none of them will result in even a single day of detention, let alone hearings, evidence, or anything else involved in the prosecution. It's just a matter of public safety politics.
Equity from when I refinanced my house.
The equity he got when he was refinancing his house, right? That's funny. Equity my ass.
In August 2003, Jenkins learned it on the first day of field training. All that crap they told you in the academy about probable cause? Jenkins' training officer murmurs something into his ear as command reads out the morning instructions. That's a waste of time. And what is this cultural sensitivity training they offer you called? Fuck that nonsense as well. Welcome to Baltimore. 2 years later, we see Jenkins, now coarsened by his own time on the street, stating much the same thing to a shiny new cop straight from the school, and it's a bit heavy-handed. There's more to the "this is Baltimore" aspect of the speech than meets the eye. The arrogance and defiance of those words aren't just for show, but any idealism the young cop may have about public service is killed before he sips his first cup of morning coffee. 2 years later, we see Jenkins, now coarsened by his own time on the street, stating much the same thing to a shiny new cop straight from the school, and it's a bit heavy-handed. There's more to the "this is Baltimore" aspect of the speech than meets the eye. The arrogance and defiance of those words aren't just for show, but any idealism the young cop may have about public service is killed before he sips his first cup of morning coffee. The fact that David Simon and George Pelicano show is that they back up their polemics with specifics. We get situations like the one where Jenkins and his fellow blue bloods slam 3 men against a wall, search their pockets, and charge them all with possession, despite the fact that only one of them had weed in their possession. And there's another case when drugs found on an empty lot are used for the same purpose. Another bizarre situation is a man sitting on the corner stoop of his own home being urged to return inside or face jail. The mass processing of these ridiculous collars has reached the point that an assistant state's attorney has been assigned to release people on the condition that they do not sue the city for false arrest. Nicole Steele's massive duty for the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division is to disentangle such systematic wrongs, and we're still following her about the period closest to the present day. Nicole's attention is still drawn to Daniel Hurl, who continues to strike her as the most egregious example of racist and corrupt police actions.
I just came back from work. Why the fuck are you stopping me?
You're in a high crime area while wearing a hooded sweatshirt.
She interacts with Young Moose, a rapper who mentions Hurl in one of his songs and tells her about being hounded and charged by him, as well as having Hurl steal money from his pockets. She searches for another young black male who had a nasty cut to the forehead for wearing a hoodie in a hazardous neighborhood. Finally, she meets with Hurl himself, who smugly explains his thousands of complaints by claiming that cops who don't receive complaints don't conduct any policing. He then returns to his drink as well as the chicken drumstick bones. An FBI interrogation sequence of another of Jenkins's boys, Jamel, provides more thematic reinforcement, as he discusses greater heist tactics than shaking down corner perps for loose change. Jamel recounts a significant score in which he and another GTTF member pulled up a man and seized $11,000 in cash that the suspect said was the equity from a home refinance. They took the money on the condition that he provide the bank receipts to receive it back. However, Jamel's account of the robbery at Aaron Anderson's house is more relevant to the case, as it reveals a long-standing contact between Gondo, a GTTF coworker, and drug lord Brill, an old friend from the neighborhood. The mystery deepens. And the majority of the good police work is spent analyzing the cops. Thanks for watching, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.